Governor Mike DeWine of Ohio could soon appoint a successor to fill JD Vance's Senate seat and see one of those Republicans knock off Democrat Sherrod Brown. Governor DeWine is with us now. It is good to see you, sir.
Thank you very much.
We appreciate it. You have had the unique ability to connect both with Donald Trump voters and with traditional conservative Republicans. That's what you started out as. What is the secret sauce that the MAGA contingency here needs to capture?
Well, first of all, this, as you say, this convention is very united. This party is united. I think the fact that the president reached out to two of his opponents and said, come speak here in the convention, I think that's a very, very positive thing. It tells you he wants to be inclusive. So we're coming out of here very, very much united. I think having JD Vance on the ticket is a big plus. I'm a little biased because I'm from Ohio.
And he's a friend of yours.
And he's a friend of mine.
I have not spent a lot of time with him, although this morning I was on my way to Walgreens. I had a headache and I needed a charging cable. And this is the guy I saw walking down the street. We're going to put the picture up. It was about 8 o'clock in the morning. I think I was as surprised as anybody would to see the next nominee, potentially the next vice president of the United States, walking down the street. He had a T-shirt on, surrounded by his Secret Service cadre. We'll get the picture up there in a minute. And his son had a shirt on that said, "I'm here for the hot dogs." What was interesting about the moment at Walgreens was inside Walgreens, the kids were pulling stuff off the shelves. The parents were trying to keep them on the shelves. I didn't want to interrupt or take any pictures, but it was a uniquely American and human moment. How does he bring that? What advices have you given to bring that here tonight or tomorrow night?
I'm not giving him any advice on that, but look, his story is an American story. And I think he can relate to a lot of families today. He had a very difficult childhood. We have families today across Ohio who have a member who has a mental health problem, others who have members who have an addiction problem. He's been through that in his family in different forms. And I think that real world experience is very, very significant. He came out of that background, but I think it makes him more compassionate. I think, suffering trauma makes you a better person. And it's also, I think, has a real appeal. The average person can look at him and say, look, I see his background. Maybe that's some of the things that we've gone through. Maybe he's gone through some of the same things. That's helpful.
Relatable to people like...
Relatable.
I think it's fair to say the Republican Party has morphed into more of a populist party than when you were in the House and the Senate. And yet you've got two guys, one who's a real estate billionaire, the other who's a venture capitalist who went to Yale Law School at the top of the ticket. You now have billionaires and Elon Musk and others coming in behind in support. How do you square that circle of a populist party who wants to give tax cuts to the rich? What's that message have to be tomorrow?
I think the message for the average Ohioan is, we're better off. We were better off under Trump than we are today under Biden.
Well,
I think that relates to people. People are always ask themselves that question. How's this going to affect me? That's the natural human thing to do. How's it affect my family? That's the proper thing to say.
So as much as the Republican Party can make this, I hate to say this, but about the issues and about what Donald Trump will do rather than what Joe Biden has done.
We always vote our future. Past informs us.
Okay,
past tells us what's worked, what hasn't, but we always vote our future. So, if people are in fact convinced of the fact that Trump will be better for them, they're going to vote for Trump.
All right, Kari Lake is right now up on the stage. She is the Senate candidate in Arizona. She lost the governor's race in Arizona. That is one of the two states that Decision Desk HQ has as a toss-up Senate seat. The other is the state of Ohio. Riddle me this. Donald Trump won Ohio in 2016 and won in 2020. But Sherrod Brown is now doing pretty well and is a toss-up in Ohio. That means you've got to reach farther across the aisle, yet this convention seems to be centering and, sort of centering down and doubling down on populist MAGA.
Look, Sherrod Brown's a difficult and tough candidate. He's very wily. He's very good. He's survived. He got there by beating me many years ago. So, I have a great deal of respect for his political skills. Bernie Moreno, our candidate, is going to be a great United States senator. He's been outspent so far by Brown. Once I think he starts getting the resources, this race will be very, very close.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.